How I became an undercover was actually by accident. We got a job, a run, and we ended up pulling a car over and pulling a bunch of drugs and guns and stuff out of this car and brought it back into the precinct. And the narcotics division was in there. The lieutenant saw us bring all of the stuff and said, "Hey, you guys would make good, good narcs." So I was like, "Yeah, whatever." And 2 months later, I was transferred to the narcotics unit. I became an undercover. So we get kites, more reports of this house, crack house. A lot of drugs coming out of this place, and we've been trying to get into this place, I can't tell you how long, a long time. And all the undercovers who tried to make attempts in buying this place couldn't get in. They had steerers and lookouts and security, and it was a very, very well organized crack house.
So we're good, right? We're good to go?
I'm the undercover, I gotta make a buy in this place. I dressed as a skell, meaning, a user. I took carbon copy paper and I rubbed the black on me, and I kind of got like made up.
All right, look all right? Putting it right in my eye. What the hell's wrong? You look better that way.
One sneaker and one shoe, and I really, really played the part.
I leader, be advised, your uncle's out of the car, he's headed towards the shed.
That's all, we'll pick him up.
But I hung out there for a couple of days. The maniacs that were protecting this place would see me and know, this guy's been sleeping on the corner for a couple of days. He's no cop. As I'm sitting there smoking, the half-lit, Marlboro Light and drinking my, Colt 45, I made friends with this prostitute. Must have been a gorgeous, gorgeous girl years ago, but just, now, after being such a crackhead, she was a mess. So I befriend her, and I tell her I got some money. I'm looking to, get some crack. And if she gets me into there, I'll break a piece off for her, because it's little rocks. I'll break a piece off, and she can do whatever she wants with it, and I'll do whatever I want with mine. So finally, she gets me, and we walk past, the big security guys. We walk up this alleyway, and it's very, very tiny. It's gotta be like 3 feet wide. And there's actually a cover on the top, too. And you walk, I would say, maybe 30 feet, and then there's a doorway on the side.
What is this? Oh, we know you gang.
My girl.
The girl gets me up to the stairs. She knocks on the door. When the door opened, the smell, the odor that came out and hit us, I almost vomited. It smelled like death. I don't know if it's very difficult to explain how a dead body smells, but it was unbelievable how horrific the smell was. She goes in, and I actually made a very grave error. I stayed. I should have left because she wasn't coming out.
What are you doing here?
Come on, son, just hook me.
Get out of here.
Girls in there.
A couple of guys came out to the stairs.
No, get out of here, man. It's time to go.
They're like, "What are you doing, man? Get out of here." I'm like, "Come on, man. That girl just went on my shit, man. I'm just waiting. Just give me my stuff. I'm out of here. Get out of here. You ain't getting nothing. Come on, man. I won't, man. No, get lost." So they robbed me. They go back inside, close the door. I should have walked away. I didn't. I stayed. My mistake. But that's the police department business. I mean, if you're not a cop, we're human. You make mistakes every day. This was a big one.
What are you doing here?
They come out again, and they say, "Hey, we told you to get out of here. Get out of here, man." I said, "Come on, man." So they know who I am, but I'm saying maybe they don't. Maybe they don't know I'm a cop.
Get out of here, man. Let's go, move.
Now they warn me second time. I'm gonna go. Too late. I turn around. There's two monsters behind me. They just attacked me, and the fighting was insane. Constantly punching and kicking and knocking me down and stamping on me, and it was bad. So I'm saying to myself, I gotta get up, I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna die in this filthy, crack-infested, alley here. There was one guy that was really, really, got me because he was the guy that was closest to the street. And every time I was thrown into him, he would laugh and slap me and spit in my face. It wasn't like a human being to me. It was like he was like an animal. I couldn't get to my gun. because I was just constantly getting kicked and punched, and I'm fighting them back, and I'm hitting, I'm grabbing guys by the dreadlocks and punching them in the face. But you can't fight five guys. I'm not Superman. I'm not that good. I mean, I'm pretty good with my hands, but not that good. They beat the crap out of me for a while, and I was done. I couldn't move anymore. And finally, I heard one of the guys say, "Bring him to me, bring him to me." And I got swallowed by these two guys, and they held my arms back, and the guy's whispering something in my ear, and I can't hear him because I'm so crazed about what I'm getting dragged to. I'm getting pushed to this menacing, insane voice, like laughing at me, like, and chuckling, and like with such hatred for me. So they present me to this guy. He's standing on the top step, and I look up, and he's like, hold him, hold him, hold him. We're gonna waste him.
What was you thinking, huh?
And I'm saying, oh my God, that's it, I'm done. I'm done.
I got a treat for you, boy.
I close my eyes. It echoes and it wow, wow, wow. And it's like wow, wow. The whole echo was so wild. But I was alive. I realized like, wow, I'm still alive. And I heard a scream. And then I was let go and realized that the bullet missed my head. Who the hell knows by how much? But because the guy was so much bigger than me, I'm not that big, clipped his shoulder, the top of his shoulder, and he got hit, and let me go. So out of pure, like, adrenaline, I reached up and I grabbed the gun that was pointed at me, and I pulled it down, and the guy stumbled down the steps at me. He fell on top of me with the gun, and I just put my gun up and I shot him right in the throat. All of that laughter and chuckles of hatred to me now turned the other way. Now it's the gargles of like gasping for life. All of a sudden I hear another shot. So I swing this guy around, I got him by the throat, and I'm holding him up, and boom, boom. His friends start shooting at me, not knowing, because it's dark out, that I have their friend. I'm using him as a shield. The guy was full of bullets. He just was, you know, I shot him a few times, they shot him a few times. So now all the shots going, and now these guys start running away, and I got this guy, I'm holding this guy deal up. I don't know why I don't let him go and run myself, but I'm so petrified. So I'm holding him like a security blanket. I got about 20 feet to get to the street, so I kind of drag him to the street, and I'm pulling him along with me. He kind of was like sliding, so I didn't know if he was dead at this point or not. And I was just about to come out onto the street, and boom, I heard another shot. They were up at the windows looking to get me as soon as I walked out of the place. Should I go in the backyard? Should I run through the back? I don't want to go back to these two doorways. Now, of course, the police hear all the shots. Now my backup starts coming. I'm like, stay out of it. I don't want these guys pulling into these people shooting at the window. I get my friends killed. So I'm like, get out, stay back, stay back, stay back. He calls it 1013, my buddy, and forget about it. They swarmed this place. 100 cops showed up in minutes and got me out of there. Boom. Now we bring everybody outside, we'll line everybody up. And I'm looking at them, and the thing that I remember the most about this was that some of the people, you looked in their face, and you saw like relief. Like these people like thank you. Like you're looking at them like, wow, I mean, how bad did this get that you're in this predicament? So now we got all the people outside, and I'm looking for this one guy that was beating me up in the alley, and I can't find him. I'm like pissed. The guy who got so much joy of punching me and slapping me and kicking me and spitting on me and laughing at me. I wanted this guy so bad, and it sounds crazy, but if all of these guys, I wanted this guy the worst. So I kind of just like turn around, and I'm scanning the crowd, and sure enough, he's standing in the crowd with everybody, and he sees me and he knows that I know it's him. And I'm like, and he's like, and boom, he bolts. And I bolt right after him. Now he's running down the street, I'm running after him, and there's 20 cops chasing me. What the hell are you going? What are you doing, man? So I tackle him into this sanitation depot right down the street from this place. We start fighting. He wasn't winning, by the way. And I was like, I got you. I got you. You thought you got away, I got you. And it was good to get him because that guy didn't need to be on the street. He was a bad, bad man. Many, many years he's gonna do. Well, he's probably still in jail now, but he went away for a long time. The sad and sickening thing that eats my gut is that a week later that crack house was open. You know, then people back doing the same thing. So what did I do? I did nothing. We lost, and we lost.